Publisher journey video of the day. Today was a good day. Did some work and went to the mountains for a little bit of hiking and going back now. Today basically I published a new book, HowExpert Guide to Retirement. I was sticking to the theme of investing. I did one about crypto, I did one about stocks, real estate, and retirement. And other than that, today I also did some niche research for some future niches that I want to go into. This year was a crazy year, especially when I decided to go with AI in the middle of the year. And I published over 52 books in 52 weeks. If I started in the beginning of the year, I would have probably published 100 plus books, But, I've always had a goal that I want to publish at least 52 books in 52 weeks. And I did it this year, so it was a very productive year this year, even though I started AI in the middle of the year. And next year, I'm excited because I want to publish 100. My next year's goal is to publish 100 plus books in 52 weeks, all topics A to Z. And this year was kind of an experimentation, testing out AI for publishing. I started off doing unique niches. Then I decided, I want to cover all core categories, like health and fitness, and you name it, hobbies, sports and outdoors, business and entrepreneurship, you name it, all the core categories of life, all aspects of it. Pretty much I did it all. I have several other core categories I want to go into, like art and design down the line. I've been procrastinating with that because that may require some images and whatnot. We will see. Maybe not, because it's more about conceptual. But anyways, I did all the core categories, and the analogy I thought of when I was hiking today was, it's important to go for these big categories sometimes because they're like the home runs. Okay, they have a lot of demand, but on the flip side, they have a lot of competition. If I do a book on business, there's tens of thousands of other books on business. And the analogy is like baseball. Going for that home run, it's great. Going for that big topic, it's great. And that's been taught by a lot of people. But at the same time, when you go for that home run, right, you swing hard, right? You also have a more probability of striking out when you go for that home run, right? So if you hit it out of the ballpark, great, you got to score. But at the same time, when you always focus on home runs only, you're probably going to strike out a lot more. So the analogy for publishing is that if you only go for big topics, more than not, those books will not make any money because they have so much competition. And this year, it taught me a lesson. I went for a majority of the books I published was for the home runs, for the big topics, because I didn't necessarily do it for the home runs, but I always wanted to do all core categories because I'm a publisher for all topics from A to Z for my publishing brand, HowExpert. That's how I've always done it. So I wanted to make sure I want to do solid quality books, all topics A to Z, and I did it. But I'll be honest with you, majority of the books I published that were core categories, I'll be honest, they don't really sell that well. But I had to do it from real life experience to really figure that out. But the topics I went into that were unique niches, right? They have less competition, right? Those are like the singles. It might not have a lot of demand, but it has less competition. Just like when you go for a single in baseball, or maybe even a bunt, you have a higher probability of RBI, getting to the base, And slowly but surely, if you do enough of these topics, singles type of topics, you're going to get a run. You're going to get a score. And it's easier, especially for the beginner or intermediate, even for advanced, to consider going into these, unique niches. Although they may not have the high demand like the big categories, home run niches, they have almost low to no competition. And on top of that, the competition is not doing Amazon ads and whatnot. They're not doing all the things that you can do at an advanced level. So it's easier to dominate those unique niche topics. Just like in baseball, if you don't go for the home run, but if you're patient, those singles, they're easier to get on base. It's easier to hit a single than a home run. It's easier to bunt and get on base than a home run. You'll strike out less. You'll have a higher probability, higher chance percentage-wise to get on base. And if you do that consistently, persistently, and persevere, your bases are going to be loaded. And eventually you're going to have to, you can go into a very micro niche. Boom, bunt it. And you're going to get a score. And do another bunt. Get another score as your bases are loaded, because those single niches type of topics, they all add up together as you build up your publishing book business / brand / company, one book at a time. So I know it's been taught to go into these niches with high demand, not just in publishing, but also by other, digital marketing space. I've been there for a while, and that's true. But at the same time, remember, it's easier to strike out. And then, especially for beginners, when you strike out a lot, you'll think, oh man, this ain't gonna work. This publishing business doesn't work. But you gotta realize it's because you're only going for the big niche topics. That's why my lesson of the day, even I'm learning right now, because I'm publishing more and more books, I'm learning at a faster rate. I'm also learning from real life experience, just from the data, from just by looking at the results. Oh wow, these unique niche topics that most people will ignore, they're selling better than these big topics. These single niche topics, these bunts, based on my analogy. So I would say, if you're in your journey as a publisher, go for all topics, A to Z. Go for unique niches. Go for big niches as well. This year was a year of big niches. The home runs I went for. But I'll be honest, I struck out a lot. But next year, I'm going for these singles, man. Because I'm a publisher for all topics A to Z. So I do have the freedom and the flexibility to be able to go for these all topics A to Z. I want to publish 1,000+ books. Okay, and so I'm ready next year. I'm very excited. I'm going to make a little pivot and go for these unique niches. And I did some niche research, by the way, today. I found like 30 niches that are unique. As they say, the riches are in the niches. And if you add up all these books, one book at a time, these unique niches that have low competition, they're going to add up, man. They're going to build up like building blocks for a house to build your publishing business brand to the next level. So again, that's how I'm going to pivot next year. I learned a great lesson this year, how to create books, how to use AI, because this is the new technology. They say don't be afraid of those. Don't be afraid of AI. The founder or CEO of NVIDIA said that. Don't be afraid of AI. Instead, be afraid of those people who know how to use AI. And I heard Bill Gates or somebody said, quote, I was looking at, I forgot who said it, but it's not AI that's gonna take over, replace the people who don't know how to use AI. It's not AI that's gonna replace you. It's the people who know how to use AI are gonna replace you. So learn AI. Whether you're pro or against it, I understand. I was against it too, until I saw in this year the sales are slowing down. I'll be honest. And I saw all their competition talking about it. I went to events in the book publishing world. Everyone was talking about it, even though they weren't using it, because we're all realizing that's the future. So be prepared, learn AI, whatever you want to use, whether it's just for research or editing or whatever. And also remember, don't just go for the home runs. Be willing to go for the singles, because they have higher chance of success. Does that make sense? So that's pretty much it. I gotta go. Thanks for watching the video. If you want to learn more, click on the link below the video. Check out my resources about publishing, and check out my books on all topics from A to Z by HowExpert on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Google, all the platforms out there, as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. Thanks for watching. Okay, I gotta go. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.